Imagine a child asking, if everything needs a maker, who made the very first maker? It seems like an impossible loop, an infinite regression with no beginning. Yet here we are, contemplating our existence and its source today. We're diving into perhaps the most challenging theological question of all time. If God created us, who created God? This question has plagued philosophers, theologians, and regular people for millennia. It has been used both as a defense against belief and as a means of gaining a deeper understanding. By the end of this exploration, you won't just have answers. You'll have a whole new way of thinking about life itself. What if I told you that the question itself contains a hidden assumption, one that might be keeping you from seeing the whole picture? What if our very human concept of causality is insufficient when applied to the ultimate questions of existence? This exploration will challenge your most fundamental assumptions about reality, regardless of whether you are an atheist, believer, or somewhere in between. Let's begin with a simple thought experiment. Imagine facing a mirror that reflects another mirror behind you, forming an endless hallway of reflections. Each reflection is dependent on the one before it. Now, ask yourself, does the first reflection need another reflection to exist, or might something entirely different be at play? This investigation will lead us through ancient wisdom, quantum physics, philosophical reasoning, and the outer limits of human comprehension. We'll look at how different cultures and traditions have approached this question and what they may reveal about the nature of reality itself. Are you ready to reevaluate your beliefs about existence, time, and causality? Then let's begin our journey into one of life's greatest mysteries. Who created God? This question has been asked throughout history, across all major cultures and philosophical traditions. In ancient Greek philosophy, Aristotle proposed the concept of the unmoved mover, a prime cause that initiates all motion but is itself unmoved. He argued that without such a first cause, we'd fall into an infinite regression of causes, which he considered logically impossible. In Hindu philosophy, particularly in the Upanishads, we encounter Brahman, the ultimate, unchanging reality behind all existence. As we explored in our discussion of Atman, Brahman is not generated. It exists beyond time and causality. The Chinese philosopher Laozi described the Tao as both the source of everything and its own source. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. In medieval times, this question took on renewed importance. Thomas Aquinas formulated his famous 5 ways to prove the existence of God, the first of which was the argument for motion, asserting that there must be a first mover who is not moved by anything else. Islamic philosophers like Al-Ghazali and Avicenna developed the Kalam cosmological argument, which states that whatever begins to exist has a cause. Since the universe began to exist, it must have a cause, namely God, who did not begin and thus requires no cause. Immanuel Kant argued that while human reason naturally raises such questions, it is incapable of providing definitive answers. He noted that when we attempt to grasp the ultimate nature of existence, we encounter contradictions that our minds cannot resolve. Bertrand Russell famously challenged the idea of sufficient reason by questioning why the universe needs a cause, while God does not. He stated, "If everything must have a cause, then God must have a cause. If there can be anything without a cause, it may just as well be the world as God."